I wish I'd known that everyone felt the same way I did when I arrived, that everyone was nervous and no one really knew anyone, that it was all just about putting yourself out there.
You get a gut feeling sometimes, you're like, I've got to go here, and even though it was 6 hours away from my hometown, I was like, I've just got to go for it.
Anglia Ruskin University, my goodness me, what a year you've had.
You will meet so many people that will help you when you apply for future things after you graduate, and there's always something to do and people to meet that will benefit you in the future.
We all get involved in new things. There are lots of things going on every single day, and I'm always involved in something.
Meeting students here was the first inspiration I got.
It's amazing because I feel like I'm at home.
And the winner is Chris Cook.
I generally couldn't achieve what I have achieved without my degree, so thank you to Anglia Ruskin University for helping me with that. This award just says that you're on the right path, not only for my own career, but for inspiring future generations to do what I do. If I could give one piece of advice for future graduates, go all in, commit to it, go full in on it, get that dream.
Winner of the Lifetime Achievement Award, Professor Honorary Gesta.
And I should really thank Anglia Ruskin University for starting me off in my life journey.
We are so proud of you, all that you have achieved throughout your journey at ARU.
Good morning, everybody. Please be seated. As Academic Registrar, it is both my privilege and pleasure to welcome you all to Chelmsford Cathedral for today's ARU graduation ceremony. We've all gathered here today to celebrate the success of the class of 2021. Well, what a year it has been, and I am sure, like all of us, there have been occasions over the last 18 months where we all doubted whether we would ever get to graduation, but we have done, we're here, and many congratulations in particular to all our graduates for simply completing their studies in these unprecedented circumstances. So what is graduation all about? Well, graduation is a tradition from the 15th century, and that tradition has evolved since. Roughly translated, graduation means taking a step. And graduation symbolizes the move of the former student, now called a graduand, into a new role in society as a graduate, where they will use their skills and talents developed during the studies to contribute to the future advancement of society. As each graduand crosses the stage, they will pause, bow their head, and doff their hat to the Vice-Chancellor, who will respond in kind, both to acknowledge their success, but also to symbolize their transition to the new role as a graduate. We will applaud them for their success so far, but also in anticipation of the contribution we expect them to make to society in the future. At the conclusion of our ceremony, the Vice-Chancellor will formally admit all new graduates to the community of scholars, and as new members of that community, as the academic procession leaves the stage, the new graduates will join the procession, and that will bring our ceremony to a close. During proceedings, those graduating with higher research awards will have their hoods placed upon them by the Vice-Chancellor to indicate that they have attained the very highest levels of academic achievement. So we are now ready to begin. I hereby declare the ceremony to be in session, and I call upon the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Roderick Watkins, to address you all. Vice-Chancellor.
Distinguished guests, graduands, family and friends, colleagues, as Vice-Chancellor of Anglia-Ruskin University, I am delighted to join you today at your graduation ceremony. And firstly, to all those graduating today, my congratulations on reaching this milestone and graduating from your chosen course. Today is a day of great celebration. It's an opportunity for each of you to take stock, to reflect and celebrate your achievements to date, but also to look forward to the exciting careers that stretch out in front of you. And whatever career you enter, you are the future. You now have the opportunity and the responsibility to embrace and promote change, to implement new ideas and new ways of working. The passion, energy, and commitment that led you to undertake your ARU degree and gave you the strength and resilience to succeed in that task despite all the challenges you have faced, including those posed by this dreadful pandemic, can now be applied to building your careers and realizing your aspirations. And whether your future lies in education, health, social care, business, law, science, technology, the arts, with your passion and your expertise, you really can now make a difference, helping society to address the challenges that we all face locally, nationally, and globally. And we will have succeeded in our task if we have helped you to develop the skills, confidence, and determination to influence and lead your professions to promote change and to achieve your ambitions. As well as serving our students, we at ARU are fully committed to serving our region and the communities in which we are based. Economic development, social inclusion, business support, tackling health inequalities. These are all fundamentally important elements of our mission, transforming lives through innovative, inclusive and entrepreneurial education and research. And despite all the challenges that we all faced last year, 2020 was another highly successful year for ARU. We were identified as one of the top 20 universities in the UK for graduate employment, and one of the top 10 universities in the UK for social inclusion. We were announced as the chosen higher education partner for the establishment of a new university in Peterborough, ARU Peterborough, due to open next September. And this new university, the newest in the UK, will provide life-changing opportunities for many local people who may not previously have considered higher education, and deliver a skilled local workforce that will meet employers' needs. We were also delighted to be chosen to deliver the world's largest healthcare entrepreneurship program, and we are now the official partner for NHS England and NHS Improvement to nurture healthcare innovators from across the country and help them to gain the commercial skills, knowledge, and experience to make their ideas a reality. And our students, too, won innumerable prizes, including the Mental Health Nurse of the Year, the Student Nurse of the Year, the top prize, the Sir Lenny Henry Award at the Royal Television Society's Midlands Student Television Awards, and the New Talent category at the World Illustration Awards. And our reach extends well beyond the eastern region in which we are based. We are a genuinely global community of students and researchers. We attract students from over 180 different countries, and they flourish with us because they find a second home here. And our researchers, too, have worldwide reach and impact, and research that has real, tangible impact on people's lives was given a new urgency in the pandemic. And our researchers responded rapidly to the COVID-19 outbreak by committing to research that would help us to understand and develop interventions to address the massive impact the pandemic was having on all our communities, locally, nationally, and internationally. Their work included research into ways to speed up coronavirus testing, research into how COVID-19 affects the eyes and how it's making tinnitus worse, and an investigation into innovative drug combinations that can reduce complications in COVID-19 patients. So in our research as in our education, we are having real, tangible impact on people's lives, and that's something of which we can all be really proud. But above all, we define our success as a university by the positive impact we have on the lives of our students and the communities we serve. And for us to succeed, we will need your support as our newest alumni, because the support we receive from our alumni and our friends really matters, adding value to the education we provide our students and supporting our researchers to push boundaries. So please help us to build links with your networks and your professions, and please spread the good word about your university. Before I close, I would please like to pay special tribute to your families and friends who have provided you with their constant support throughout your education. You and we owe them our sincere gratitude, so thank you very much. And I would also like to acknowledge and thank my colleagues, the staff right across ARU, for their tireless work and professionalism and their extraordinary commitment to supporting you and all in our community through the challenges of the pandemic. So once again, my warm congratulations to you all. I do hope you enjoy your day. I wish you well wherever your ARU degree takes you, and please do stay in touch. ARU is your university for life, and our success and your success are inextricably linked. Thank you.
Vice-Chancellor, thank you. So we now come to our main business for today's ceremony, the presentation of those receiving awards. And I now call upon Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Dean of Faculty, Professor Nigel Harrison, to come to the podium to present to the Vice-Chancellor graduates from the Faculty of Health, Education, Medicine and Social Care. Professor Harrison.
Vice-Chancellor, it is my pleasure to present to you graduates from the Faculty of Health, Education, Medicine and Social Care. For the award of Diploma of Higher Education, Counselling, Child and Young Person, Andrea Louise Wooten. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Counselling and Psychotherapy, Abigail Bob Semple. Philippa Jane Davey. Marion Yvonne Johnkind. Natalie Renee Wiggins. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Social Work, Kaikalomo Abi Dekun. Danielle Elizabeth Ashman. Dawn Bedwell. Alisa Clark. Lucy Louise Carchia Cook. Paris Leanne Crook. Natasha Georgia Crooks. Beth Victoria Dwery House. Jasmine Lydia Gittings. Megan Harley. Emma Haywood. Rebecca Hemmings. Katie Rebecca Hills. Erin Lauren Newman. Mike Ijiro Ovewheel Fuoma. Amelia Ruth Kuali. Bethany Reed. Melissa Richardson. Jodie Ann Walters. Sayrish Zeb. For the award of Master of Science, Global Military Veteran and Family Studies, Devon Miles Barwood. Paul Elsden Moore. Russell Neil Power. Vice-Chancellor, that partially completes the list of graduates for me to present to you today.
Professor Harrison, thank you. Each year, Anglia Ruskin University confers a number of honorary awards on individuals outstanding in their field of endeavour and who we hope will act as a source of inspiration to those crossing the stage today. Their stunning achievements should make us realise that our own success to date is merely a starting point. And they pose the question, shouldn't we too aspire to success such as theirs? I now call upon Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Dean of Faculty, Professor Laurie Butler, to come to the podium to read the citation for the award of Doctor of Science honoris causa to David Wells. Professor Butler.
Vice-Chancellor, it is my pleasure to read the citation for David Wells for the award of Honorary Doctor of Science. As Chief Executive of the Institute of Biomedical Science and the former Head of Pathology, NHS England, David has been at the forefront of the UK's response to the COVID-19 pandemic. ARU provided an early source of inspiration to David as he completed both his BSc Biomedical Science in 1998 and MSc Biomedical Science in 2005 with us. We are proud of his success as an exceptional biomedical scientist, particularly this year, as he's used his academic qualifications and professional expertise to deliver key elements of the COVID-19 national testing programme. In September 2018, David was recognised by the Pathologist magazine as one of the 100 best, brightest and most powerful advocates for pathology in the global community. His training at Adam Brooks Hospital has been followed by roles at Great Ormond Street Hospital, including latterly a tenure as lead healthcare scientist. David has advised on NICE panels and various national forums, including the Parliamentary and Science Committee. In October 2020, the Royal College of Pathologists awarded David an honorary fellowship in recognition of his collaborative and patient-centred contributions to pathology in England. And once more, the Pathologist magazine has named David among some of the UK's most inspirational pathologists and laboratory medicine professionals on their Power List 2021 for his extraordinary work on the COVID-19 testing programme. The COVID-19 pandemic has brought personal and professional challenges for all of us, but few more so than for David, who rapidly became the UK government's subject matter expert for pathology. For several months, he's been providing expert scientific input to government ministers, as well as NHS England executives and chief executives. His reach extends to the sharp end of the testing programme, liaising with laboratory managers and staff responsible for delivering COVID-19 testing across the whole of England. The statistics remain impressive. David was responsible for expanding the NHS testing capacity from 2,000 tests per day in early March 2020 to 25,000 tests every day by the end of April of that year. He then facilitated the delivery of the ministerial commitment of 100,000 PCR tests per day. Mobilising colleagues to deliver a shared goal to benefit individual patients and the community as a whole drove David through these difficult weeks. His extensive scientific knowledge, combined with operational experience and excellent communication skills, enabled him to achieve this target within a short timescale. He was instrumental in introducing molecular technologies to NHS laboratories who had never delivered this type of testing to the scale required. Her success prepared him well for the next stage of the testing strategy, antibody testing. Once again, within extraordinarily tight deadlines, he was able to mobilize the team nationwide to roll out a system that delivered a service capable of delivering 120,000 tests per day within 2 weeks of the assays being available. David's courage and tenacity in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic has been exemplary, and he is a fine example of a very successful ARU alumnus. His outstanding contribution to the NHS and rising star status represent aspiration and inspiration to us all, particularly in the fields of medicine and biomedical science. David has been described as an unsung hero of the COVID-19 pandemic. Well, we are delighted to welcome David back to our ARU community. Vice-Chancellor, it is my pleasure to present David Welds for the award of Doctor of Science, Honoris Causa.
As Vice-Chancellor of Anglia-Ruskin University, I hereby confer upon you, David Wells, the award of Doctor of Science, Honoris Causa. Congratulations.
Vice-Chancellor, honoured guests and students, what a huge honour it is for me. I'll start by saying when I graduated from ARU back in 1998, I didn't think for a second I'd be back here, standing here in front of you, nor did I think for a second I'll be doing the work that I had done during the pandemic. I would like to start first of all by saying a huge thank you to my family and my friends whose unwavering support has been a huge tower of strength for me for the last 18 months. And my poor children didn't see me very much for a good 18 months, so thank you for being there. Despite it being an incredibly difficult 18 months, it has been a huge, huge honour to lead a team at the forefront of the fight against this pandemic. It has been a privilege to work with a diverse range of people, from politicians to ministers, not all of them as bad as you think, civil servants, data scientists, economists, biomedical scientists, and members of the royal family. It was a very, very interesting situation to be in charge of a team that had a major, a lieutenant colonel, and a commander of a submarine, who's the commander, normally akin to leading and in charge of a multi-billion-pound submarine, kept me at my desk and fueled with coffee, and that was his stated aim and mission throughout the entire pandemic. So, again, another unsung hero, with all seriousness. One thing I have learned during the pandemic is the importance of science. Now, that may sound very strange, but actually we should not for a second think about the value of science and how easily it's forgotten by the general public and people all around us. Since we started using a scientific method, it has enabled us to take an evidence-based approach to tackling disease, whether it's through the development of new tests, new technology, or the rapid development of effective vaccines. These things have been really important to us. And my message to you, students and graduates, as you leave today, is to make sure you support and champion that scientific method in all you do, that evidence base, and make sure that we talk about and champion, celebrate evidence-based information, because that is what helps us drive forward. And I'd also want to end by saying one simple thing, which is put on behalf of the whole of the NHS, which is a huge thank you to all of you here today. Whether you stayed at home for the last 18 months, whether you supported your communities, whether you involved yourself in testing or supported the testing endeavours, whether you supported the rollout of vaccines, or indeed, if you've had the vaccine yourself, I say to you, thank you.
Dr. Wells, congratulations. We now continue with our main business for today's ceremony, the presentation of those receiving awards. And once again, I call upon Pro-Vice Chancellor and Dean of Faculty, Professor Nigel Harrison, to return to the podium to continue to present to the Vice-Chancellor graduates from the Faculty of Health, Education, Medicine and Social Care. Professor Harrison.
Vice-Chancellor, it is my pleasure to continue the presentation of graduands from the Faculty of Health, Education, Medicine and Social Care. For the award of Postgraduate Certificate, Learning and Teaching, Higher Education, Jane Nicholas Holly. Kelvin Emeka Nwoha. Prabjot Kawa Sahota. Patience Bamise. For the award of Master of Arts, Social Work, Opiyemi Adinri Ruju. Gloria Akoi Ama. Kehindi Olubim Ayeni. Hannah K. Bennett. Aiki Chuwu Stanley Chima. Kemora. Kismek Apan Olua Ete. Rashid Ola Lakan Jola Oso. Adikimai Olafu Mailea Kojijo. Yatunda M. Lawal. Irene Olamide Makan Juola. Sophie Nakono Odiage. Olinki Betty O'Day. Adibu Canola Olamide O.C. Anya. Naomi Olashanyu. Olasigun Samuel Olayemi. Jemima Owusu. John Dakunswa Sagomba. Angel Clarice Chwa Goyua. Jade Tokley. Jane Gathoni Wormer. Alina Nicole Wilshire. For the award of postgraduate certificate, medical and healthcare education, Nicola Lane Cloney. Thomas Edward Howe. Nicola Hunt. For Milo Anik Kaylee Jaley. Raheel Mayboub. Ashwathi Pavithran. For the award of Master of Science with Healthcare Education, Tara Elizabeth Hadley. Vice-Chancellor, that completes the list of graduates for me to present to you today.
Professor Harrison, thank you, and congratulations to all our new graduates. And can I ask you all please to join me in acknowledging the success of those who can't be with us today for whatever reason. Let's applaud their success as well. We are now nearing the end of our ceremony, but first I should like to ask one of our wonderful new graduates, Lucy Cook, to come to the podium to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of all of those receiving awards today. Lucy.
Vice-Chancellor, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen and fellow graduates, it is my pleasure to offer the vote of thanks today on behalf of myself and all of the students graduating at this ceremony. It is an honour to stand before you in the past 3 years. I would like to thank our university leadership team, head of schools, senior staff members, lecturers, staff behind the scenes at Anglia Ruskin, guest speakers used throughout all of our courses, members of our families, friends, colleagues, and those who are not able to make it to graduation today. The awards we receive would not have been achieved without your dedication and commitment, so for that we all thank you. Especially the last couple of years, as I'm sure you will all agree, has been very tough, and that's not to mention completing a university degree on top of it. Thinking about how far we've all come in the years spent at Anglia Ruskin, both individually and as a collective, has not been a walk in the park. We have faced so many challenges, obstacles, you name it, we've had to overcome them. And I cannot begin to imagine how many family members and friends are sat here today or watching from home, grateful that their loved ones are no longer stressing about assignment deadlines. I am sure it was the same across the university, that things may not always go to plan, but I'm sure we can all agree that we have all been resilient and we have all survived completing a university course in the midst of a global pandemic and whatever else each of you have been going on in your own lives while studying at university. The fact that we've all made it here today to receive our awards is a testament to our hard work, dedication, commitment, and perseverance to achieving the best we possibly can. Graduates, we are all destined for greatness in our chosen careers, and each of every one of us has the potential to make a difference, even if at this moment in time it does not feel possible. We have all transformed into powerful, intellectual individuals who will make a massive footprint on this planet. The saying goes, tables turn and bridges burn, but it's often the journey that teaches you about your destination. Whilst the materialistic idea of success is what we are heavily faced with in today's society and does influence our lives greatly, I ask that we all follow our dreams and do what makes us happy. Strive to be the best version of yourself, be phenomenal or be forgotten. Congratulations to the class of 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucy, and very well done. I now call for one final time on the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Roderick Watkins, to address the new graduates. Vice-Chancellor.
So now, please, will all those who have been presented to me on the stage today, will you please stand? As Vice-Chancellor of Anglia-Ruskin University, I hereby admit you to the degrees, diplomas and awards for which you have been presented to me today. As a member now of the community of scholars, take all that you have learned into society and uphold the values of freedom of thought and scholarship. Our warmest congratulations to you all.
Many, many congratulations, and that brings our ceremony to a close, and I hereby declare proceedings closed. Can I ask you all now please to stand for the academic procession?